Every day, we make thousands of choices. Each choice leads to another, and that choice to another, and so on. Many of these choices may seem insignificant to you, but every decision we make has the potential to change our lives and the lives around us in drastic ways. Now stop right there. Before you text and drive, let me ask you this question. Is that text message really worth risking your life? Now, if that's not enough to sway you to put that phone away, let me ask you this. Is that text message really worth risking the lives of innocent bystanders? Is that something you really want on your conscience? Only you could be the judge of that.
What is the main age group that texts and drives?
I think probably from 16-year-olds to 30-year-olds primarily. We often see it actually more often when we're off duty than when we're on duty, which tells us that people know that they're not supposed to be doing it and they don't do it when they see a police car. Well, unfortunately, we lost a young man here last year who was texting while he was driving, so it's definitely, it hits close to home. And anytime somebody's eyes are off the wheel or off the road, hands off the wheel, and their mind off what they're doing, it increases the chances of them getting in an accident.
Make the right choice.
Does this apply to sending and receiving emails as well?
Yes, we believe it does. Anything that you're typing and manipulating on your handheld device, whether it's a phone or an iPod, that would count as texting.
How will officers enforce this law?
Well, usually we see the person holding up the phone and punching the buttons on the phone, and that tells us that they're texting.
Are there any areas in state where texting and driving is already banned?
Well, I think there are some cities that have local ordinances that say that you can't talk on a telephone, or also you can't text either. But Michigan as a state, the whole state now that you can't do it.
What other states have a ban on texting while driving?
I believe at least half the states in the country right now ban texting while driving, and there are some areas that are banning actually using cell phones altogether, like Canada.
Who gets the money from the fine?
I believe most of the money goes to support the Michigan library system, and some of it goes to the courts.
Do you think a $100 fine is enough of a deterrent?
I think it's a good start. Some courts are actually charging more because they're adding on court costs, but nobody wants to lose $100, so I think it's a good deterrent.
How many casualties do you think you see from texting and driving?
Actually, distracted driving causes a lot of accidents, and I think there are more instances of people using their phones and getting into a crash than we're aware of, because especially with fatalities, it's difficult to tell if that's what actually caused the accident, but there have been some known cases where we've checked phone records and people were texting when they were distracted and crossed the center line and hit people.
Have you ever texted and driven?
Not text, I've talked on the phone while I've driven.
Do you have any stories about people texting and driving?